Kubinka Air Base. Kubinka Russian. Kubinka is an air base in Moscow Oblast, Russia, located 5 km 3.1 mi northwest of Kubinka. In close proximity to Moscow, the Kubinka facility showcases the best of the Russian Air Force to the general public. The 82nd Aviation Detachment separate arrived at the base in 1935. Personnel of these units field-tested the advanced Yak-1 and LaGG-3 fighters and defended Moscow during the Second World War. After the war, the base became home to the 324th Svirskaya Fighter Aviation Division from November 1945. In November 1950, the whole 324th Fighter Aviation Division was redeployed to Korea, and the base was taken over by the 9th Fighter Aviation Division from February 1951. Units which have been stationed at Kubinka include 237th Center for Display of Aviation Equipment, 237 TSPAT Flying MiG-29E, Su-17C, Su-24, Su-25, and Su-27 during the 1990s, with one exception given as 239 TSPAT in Yefim Gordon's Su-24 book. The regiment, which has inherited the traditions of the 1938-1944 and the 176 GVIAP 1944-1950, was formed under the number 234 in November 1950. It arrived at Kubinka at the beginning of 1952. On 15 January 1989, it was renamed the 237th Composite Aviation Regiment Demonstration 237 SAP. It became the 237 TSPAT on 13 February 1992, and then gained the title named for Air Marshal I.N. Kozhedov on 10 August 1993. 234th Guards Instructional Interceptor Aviation Regiment 234 GVEAP Flying MiG-23 MLD and MiG-29 aircraft. 378th Independent Composite Aviation Squadron 378 ASI Flying Mi-8 helicopters. 29 GVIAP during the 1950s. 9th Fighter Aviation Division November 1952–1993. Most units at Kubinka were subordinated up until 2009-2010 to the Special Purpose Command of the Russian Air Force. The 32nd Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment was based at Kubinka from February 1950 to 1962–63. The regiment was subordinated to the 9th Fighter Aviation Division. It was then reformed at the base after being deployed to Cuba as part of Operation Anata. The regiment initially flew MiG-19s, but by 1962 was flying MiG-21 F-13s. The regiment was still in place in the late 1980s. From 1968 to 1989, it was part of the 9th Fighter Aviation Division, stationed at Shatilovo Air Base, Smolensk Oblast. The 32nd Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment was formed in 1941 as the 434th Fighter Aviation Regiment. It became 32nd Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment by an order of the People's Commissariat for Defense, Soviet Defense Ministry, in KO in November 1942. The regiment was disbanded on 1 July 1989. References